Imagine discovering after years of loyalty that your cat has been secretly plotting your demise. You have fed it, snuggled it, laughed at its zoomies only to realize your feline friend was staging a takeover. Okay, maybe that's silly, but it illustrates a powerful truth. Loyalty is warm and fuzzy until it's not. It can bond us, give us purpose, and save lives. But blind loyalty? That's the itchy sweater of virtues, supportive until it suffocates your moral spine. In this video, we'll dive into loyalty's surprising twists when it uplifts, when it betrays, and most importantly, how to keep it from turning you into the morally moss-covered rock at the bottom of a swamp. Loyalty as a moral anchor. Loyalty is often portrayed as the unsung hero among virtues, steadfast, faithful, dependable. From medieval oaths of fealty to modern workplace camaraderie, it's the glue that keeps teams, families, and friendships intact. Philosophers like Simone Keller insist that loyalty is an essential yet fallible virtue critical to relationships, yet open to misuse. Psychologists argue that loyalty fuels moral behavior. Think of the bonding studies where individuals make personal sacrifices for comrades. In that primitive fight-or-flight world, loyalty, especially tribal loyalty, boosted group survival. It still does. Your loyalty to a friend or cause can trigger acts of kindness, bravery, or even heroism. When loyalty warps into blindness, let's be real, loyalty's dark side can feel like a warped fairy tale. What starts as "I got your back" can slide into "Sure, you are hiding the bodies, but I still support you." This misplaced loyalty shows up everywhere. In families, adult kids may excuse parental abuse out of guilt or tradition. In corporate scandals like Enron and WorldCom, employees defended their firms even as fraud unraveled trust. And research backs it up. A Cornell study of 2,200 people found we even defend friends of friends accused of serious misconduct. Loyalty's reach? Long and often blind. Loyalty versus honesty. Remember that friend who swore you had looked great in that outfit, even though it made you look like a disco potato. They lied out of loyalty. A 2017 psychological study shows how when loyalty calls, moral compasses dial down. Those loyal to others may lie and rationalize it as virtuous. Suddenly, honesty sounds weak, loyalty, noble. This conflict between honesty and loyalty is not just emotional, it's epistemic. Philosopher Matt Sleet's recent work argues that loyalty can skew what we accept as truth, a dangerous bait for those with strong ideological identities. Be it politics or religion, loyalty can create cherry-picked, comforting versions of reality. Loyalty on the job. When ethics hit HR, workplace loyalty has its perks: getting assigned to projects, trusted responsibilities, supportive teams. But taken too far, it can become a moral hazard, discouraging whistleblowers, enabling cover-ups, or justifying unethical shortcuts. Take the Theranos scandal. Employees stayed silent, prioritizing loyalty to the mission potentially at the expense of patient safety. Contrast that with Enron, where a handful of conscientious employees blew the whistle to stop the hemorrhage of investor dollars, trumping loyalty with ethics. Whistleblowing often triggers accusations of betrayal, yet research shows that those who value fairness are more likely to step up even if they're not highly loyal. Loyalty has limits, especially when public good is at stake. Laws, lawyers, and loyalty's formal bounds. In professions like law, loyalty isn't just moral, it's codified. Canadian courts, for instance, have ruled that lawyers owe their clients undivided loyalty, meaning no secret side gigs or double dealings that create split allegiances. Basically, no moonlighting for the enemy. Engineering ethics codes carry similar rules. For example, the National Society of Professional Engineers forbids soliciting clients while still employed elsewhere, a polite way of saying, don't poach clients while you are still cashing your old boss's paycheck. When loyalty breaches cross these lines, they don't just break trust, they break the law. Think insider trading scandals like Martha Stewart's case, where personal loyalty to friends trumped legal obligations. Nepotism, conflict, self-dealing, conflict. Both are loyalty dressed up in bad disguises. Like a raccoon in a trench coat, it's still a raccoon, and it's still stealing. Blind loyalty and social justice. When morality lags. In communities, whether families, churches, or political groups, loyalty can create moral cul-de-sacs where wrongdoing hides behind the excuse of protecting our own. Take cover your mate cultures in some police departments, where officers hesitate to report misconduct. In 2020, a study by the National Institute of Justice found that up to 61% of police officers in some regions felt pressured not to report fellow officers' wrongdoing. In politics, partisan echo chambers often dismiss inconvenient facts simply because they come from the other side. Scientists call this groupthink, where loyalty erodes accountability. Everyone nods along, and no one questions the emperor's suspiciously missing clothes. Online, the same pattern plays out. One Reddit thread hilariously but honestly admits that if a friend cheats, most people won't tell the significant other, because loyalty to your friend comes first. True story. Sometimes, loyalty feels safer than honesty until the fallout arrives like a bad sequel no one wanted. The courageous kind of loyalty. Loyalty is not evil, but its best form is courageous, thoughtful, and guided by conscience. Think of ethical whistleblowers at Enron or Theranos, loyal to truth over profit. In the military, loyalty must never override moral integrity. Your internal compass stays on. In fact, the U.S. Army's own leadership manual warns that blind obedience can lead to moral disengagement. Philosophers argue that real loyalty blends with honesty, courage, fairness, and empathy to form true character. Aristotle would call this phronesis, practical wisdom, the ability to know when loyalty serves virtue versus when it enables harm. This good loyalty means standing by people or causes, but never at virtue's expense, like a firefighter risking their life to save others, or a friend who cares enough to tell you that, yes, you should really delete that angry tweet before you lose your job. Loyalty in politics, patriotism versus blind allegiance. Loyalty to country patriotism can be noble. Rallying communities, defending rights, uniting in crisis. Remember after 9/11, when global support poured in, even from unlikely places like Iran offering to help against Al-Qaeda. That's patriotism at its best, solidarity, not hostility. But unchecked, it becomes nationalism, a bitter brew of fear and hatred against the other. We saw this spiral in Nazi Germany, but also more recently in the 2016 Brexit debates or rising anti-immigrant rhetoric worldwide. Sivon Keller warns that patriotism, like any loyalty, is fallible. It's like seasoning, just enough makes the stew better. Too much, and everyone's choking. We must ask, should we be loyal to country like we're to family? Especially when state actions clash with moral universalism. Think of the My Lai massacre during the Vietnam War, where soldiers followed orders rather than conscience, leading to unspeakable atrocities. Again, loyalty's path forks. One leads to inclusion, where diverse citizens strengthen democracy. The other to exclusion, where dissenters are branded traitors for simply questioning authority. How to practice ethical loyalty. Here's your playbook for ethical loyalty. Start by asking, am I complicit? If your loyalty covers up wrongdoing, it's time to rethink. For example, in 2021, Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen revealed internal research showing the platform's algorithms promoted harmful content because loyalty to growth trumped loyalty to public good. Build in checks and balances like transparency, second opinions, and whistleblower protections. Countries with strong whistleblower laws, like the UK and Australia, report significantly higher corporate accountability. Balance your loyalties so they never clash with honesty, fairness, or safety. As Warren Buffett once said, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. Practice moral courage, stand up not just for your people, but for what's right, and embrace reflective loyalty. If someone asks why you're loyal, your answer should hold up to scrutiny, unlike, say, fans still defending Fire Festival as a learning experience. And there you have it. If you found this video helpful, hit that like and make sure to subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever struggled with loyalty versus doing the right thing? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, stay curious, stay critical, and I'll see you in the next one.